Last time on Ebon Ward, the fight with leshie came to its grand conclusion. Surrounded, not able to run, he was forced to turn around and fight to his last. It was a fierce fight, but ultimately, it was a slaughter. Leshie was no match for you, and only moments later, that dynamic would swap on its head. Trying to recover from having fought Leshie twice in such a short span, Leshie's last laugh was directed towards a mysterious rider coming from deeper into the feywilds, the arbitrator of winter. He who approached, sword held in hand, marked his approach by stabbing fiercely into the heart of your party, cutting dead center into your group, but not able to successfully reach or fight or even decipher the fact that you were planning to flee via a portal. After popping down the portal, everyone managed to pull away, barely in time, as the rider almost took the life of multiple of our companions. It was only through a bit of luck and a lot of assistance and just teamwork and camaraderie and screaming that eventually everyone managed to find their way through, and begging, that everyone managed to find their way through the fight. However, this has left everyone battered, broken, and beaten, disappearing deeper into the feywilds. And that is where we continue now, as our last member breaks out of the portal, landing directly into a pile of water, a river flowing ever fiercely. Whew.
Stop putting it in the river!
I can't. She kind of, your friend, it looks like he's badly hurt.
Oh, hey, lads, come on. Oh, shit.
Lads? Ellie turns over and sees the lack of an arm and is just like, oh, gosh. Again?
Yeah.
Again?
How many of those did you used to have?
Just two. They grow back.
Ellie, not quick, not painlessly.
Yeah, the time frame on that one is a bit of a concern.
It takes a month, usually, more or less.
Okay.
A rest.
Did you drop something in there?
He reaches the shore and sits down, clutching his arm. I dropped the arm, otherwise I could just glue it back on.
She kind of reaches over, but then doesn't really touch it due to the very nature of the wound. There's hardly anything we can do. Tani, she kind of steps up, goes behind you, and she's going to just try to cast a spell, just real quick.
Grows back.
Banishment. I hate your wounds. Thank you very much.
That's 7.
Hey, that's pretty good. Thank you.
Yeah. She does it again. What the fuck not? Yeah, she's just like...
Like a lizard?
I'm tapped out.
Yes, like a lizard. Actually, more like a slime.
So
Everyone could feed on him forever.
I'm like, why is my HP jumping around so much?
Yeah, I don't know. I took care of it. Don't worry about it.
So, I don't know how your anatomy works. If we cut off the limb of another creature, could we graft that on?
No.
Eleanor actually
no.
speaks up about that. Yeah, I've done a lot of research in this. That won't work. It's the slime. It's too picky. She kind of...
Can we boss it? You know, just like fucking
No.
do it?
No, this is just how he's gonna be. Eleanor kind of gets out of the river real quick, just pulling at the hem of the dress and just kind of like sloshing out as everyone just kind of stands around a bit, and Rhoda kind of looks
Well,
around.
that's a problem.
Still here.
Barrett puts his hands on his hips. I literally just finished making a robot arm for another guy. Shit.
Laz stands up, now healed a little bit. The bleeding bleeding, quote unquote, has kind of stopped, but the wound has not closed per se. It's just, it looks like the surface of a slime. It's quite unsettling. Where bone should be and where flesh should be, there's just black, oily slime. It's not a pretty sight. I'm sorry about this.
From Chimera, I see. The witch next to you kind of speaks. She kind of turns around and there's a restlessness in the air of the feywilds that sort of glow around here. We should not stay out here long. Please, come with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
My experience with Chimera, you are very lucky to have even the vaguest of a human shape,
Oh, yeah. Huh.
considering how many different, things you've got going on there.
Yeah,
I can
I've
think
been
of
told
several
so.
things that would survive better here than humans.
When I first
Me too.
was discovered, the Duchess and Eleanor said basically the same thing. I'm a bit of an aberration, you could say, amongst the aberrations.
Hey, Cortina.
Yeah.
Your mushroom pulls at your sleeve and then points behind like a child asking to go play with an uncle. As you see Keeper Alrog slowly trudge crawling out of the river.
Oh. You seem unwell.
I am unwell. Yes, that is right.
Did
Please.
you also lose an arm?
No, please.
Do you have any open wounds?
No, he's burying my child. Please give it back to me.
All right, normal things. Normal things happening in the normal woods.
He reaches out his hand and you grab it and you sort of poke your finger against behind his glove where his like flesh opens up, and you just kind of pinch him, and then eventually like a little blood comes out, and out from there you just kind of slurp up everything from inside of him.
Sensual.
Carthian, you said your family has experienced manufacturing chimeras, right?
Oh, yes. For a number of different purposes.
What do you make of me? The Duchess and Eleanor have some clue, but
Well, chimeras are hard to breed unless you know exactly what you're doing, and mixing more than 3 types of creatures together usually results in stillbirth, if you're going the birth route.
Just to interrupt really quick, as you're in the middle of talking about that, you step up and you look in front of you and you notice this glow that's been getting brighter as you see just a house, but it sort of seems to be resting. And as you step up, you look down and you notice these talons sticking out from underneath the house itself. The entire thing glows with this almost pinkish energy from these eyes that kind of go. It looks like this stone almost beacon eye that sits at the very top of the house itself. Barrett across the way looks at, I don't want to go in there. Fuck that.
Oh, so you'd like to be out here?
Maybe I would. It seems nice out here. You can stay out here if you would like.
Yeah.
Kind of takes a step up. It's like a bit of a 2-foot gap between
didn't he get
the ground and the
grinded
first
by a
bottom.
fucking bone?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure
did.
did.
Yeah. He's kind of fucked up right now. Everyone's doing a little bad. I mean, you've got Abudun, who disappeared again. There he is. And he's sitting
This
at
man.
alive.
yeah.
There's a guy in the new Fire Emblem that is just like Abiodun, in the sense that once I think my turn is over, it doesn't swap to the enemy's turn, and I'm like, where the hell is this guy?
So yeah. Kind of standing out, she steps up and she moves over and cracks the door, and there's like a warm light on the inside as she steps on inside herself.
Barrett just kind of shivers.
Come on, Barrett, you don't want this shit either, right? Barrett, you step and you notice a footstep from where this thing must have walked in at.
It's a chicken.
No, it's not. It's a house.
Well, it's a chimera chicken house.
Oh no, this isn't a chimera. You can chimerize living things. This is magic.
What if you live in a tree?
you could chimerize a chicken in a tree, but this is a chicken in a house.
If you did it,
It's sort of a ship of Theseus sort of deal.
Who the fuck is Theseus?
Yeah, I don't know who. I don't know where I heard that.
I think it's some guy from Titan. I don't know.
Apparently he had a ship.
Abidun kind of steps on up and just goes forward, kind of in a daze because he's so goddamn beat up. He's just moves up, kind of crawls a bit up, and then pushes open the door and steps inside.
Do I know this hut, Christian?
Roll me. Yes, this is my register. Give me a history roll.
Yikes.
Yeah.
With my
Poor
-1 and history.
Oh, well, actually.
Oh, hey, yeah.
I
Alrighty.
can't see what I rolled.
You rep
18.
18. You feel this kind of the way the purple light catches on the mist flowing around, it sends this memory through your heart, some kind of vile feeling of confusion, like a creature awakening for the first time. This is definitely the place where you think you woke up.
I know this place.
The chicken house?
Yeah, the chicken house. What's a chicken?
Part of that gestures?
Imagine this, but instead of the wooden house part, it's white feathers, and also the creature does not have glowing eyes, and is also about the size of that stump.
This doesn't sound like a chicken at all.
Yeah, this sounds like a house.
That's
This
that's
looks
what I
like a
keep
house.
saying.
Get off my ass! I'm going in the chicken!
Barry, you go in the chicken.
Before
Take
he
the
fully
light
goes,
with you.
Before he
yeah?
fully goes in, he's just like, what do you mean you've seen this before?
Oh yeah, lore. What's up with that?
Not to cut off your backstory short, that was rude. It was a bit. What's going on?
No, it's just you remember when we met that black cat who could speak?
Oh, yeah.
He recalled the tale of Baba Yaga. That name brought memories of such a location.
Oh, yeah.
And that witch,
Some kind of
Dorota,
forest
was it?
witch.
She said she is the successor of Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
And the cat did say Baba Yaga had died. I don't like this. It makes my head hurt.
So, Baba is her.
Baba certainly is not me, nor you, so it probably will be her. But I must
She probably prefers Miss or Lady Yaga.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So Baba.
Right. Well, Laz, if this starts making you feel uncomfortable, just, let us know, yeah?
Yeah, I will. But don't worry, the lack of an arm is keeping my mind occupied right now.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll figure
count our small blessings.
something.
All right. I'll have you all shuffle on inside real quick as you head inside a rather quaint abode.
So I'm at a 3-minute delay.
Oh wow, that's
Right?
that's something. Yeah.
But you guys can see my rolls, and that's all.
Oh
that
yeah,
matters.
so that's when you do it, we see it. So really, we can just go for it.
It's only as long as we don't fight, I'm Gucci.
So, I'm an idiot. At first, when you said 3-minute delay, I thought you meant from hearing us, and I was like, your improv skills are bananas.
Yeah. yeah.
Also,
it's-
you might be psychic.
You're just like Lelouch in that scene. You're all just so predictable. I knew Chicken House was coming.
God.
You see, Christian, I hacked into your computer beforehand and went through your session plans.
Yeah,
I know
yes.
everything that's gonna come out.
that's
20
right.
minutes in, it's time for the chicken joke.
See that, chat? We're just like Critical Role. We're scripted.
Yeah.
That's not true. Idiots only think that.
Yeah. all right.
Yeah, I was about to say none of that was
Yeah,
true.
yeah. Oh,
Except
all right.
for the fact that we're scripted.
Yeah.
Entirely. We have the script right in front of us while we are recording.
Mhm.
I
You
mean,
can
streaming. Sorry,
You can
streaming.
Yeah, streaming. We're streaming
We're
right
streaming.
now. Hi, chat. Oh, that's so funny. I'm glad you said that. Anyways, let's get back to it.
Oh, that's a really good point, Zogo Bainavalot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks for subscribing.
Oh, you really forced his hand.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, his is the name I see in almost every stream for
Oh, shout out to all our loyal
Live on
streamers.
camera.
Shout out to all our loyal watchers at hit.tv/forward surprise round RPG.
this was such a weird bit to put into the script. I don't know why.
I know. Yeah. This is kind of weird.
That's okay.
Sorry.
We'll edit it out.
I've been
Fucking
rushing.
Dora, Paul.
I've been rushing. Okay, I can only write so fast. Okay.
I'm going in the chicken.
2 claps.
Okay,
All
so
right, we're going.
just to be clear,
Yes.
page 34.
Yeah.
Yes, page 34.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So,
Yeah, get those
All right.
get those snacks.
yeah. Eat that paper.
No, I was actually just turning
Yeah.
the page.
Flipping the
Oh,
script.
my
Flipping the
apologies.
script.
All right. So, you all head inside now.
We're so stupid. Map change. Please fix my lag.
Hey guys,
All right.
check it out. We're doing prop comedy now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's kind of nice in here.
here I'll get.
Barrett,
on
you
my
step
people's
through
way.
and it's sort of quaint.
Oh, speaking of chickens.
I knew it.
mm.
Everyone comes on rushing in. Yeah, the chickens. It's warm in here. Very nice. It's been so cold in the Feywild so far, so definitely is appreciated.
Just
hey,
goes into the coop.
There's
Oh,
A here. It's comfortable.
Oh, this is a nice place.
Yeah, this is really
it's a nice
nice.
place. Hey,
Goes to
Carthian.
point with left arm.
Carthian,
Stops, points with right arm.
as you step through the door, you turn around and you see Lepescu's face is just sitting at the door, kind of looking in through the door, like snout poking through,
Ah, he's used
just kind
to
of
this.
watching you. Yeah, as he just kind of waits, and Hilo waits with him,
Aw.
stepping through.
Are these the chickens?
Yes. She just
No.
says,
I'm Cortina.
Indeed, you are Cortina, but those are chickens. It's the first time I've seen one. They're much smaller than I thought.
Abaddon next to you is just majestic creatures. Really.
Why don't they just fly away?
You can talk?
I mean to have you, dude. You've done nothing wrong.
He shuts up.
No.
I didn't know.
Be me, Abudun, walk in, don't say anything, want to share my cool chicken facts? You can talk. Shut up, go home. Spaghetti falling out of pocket.
Yeah, I'm fine with chickens.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. He pops over, causing a chicken to run, and he just lays on the hay, like cuddled up against the corner of the fence.
I told you it's
Dorota,
nice.
I am very
Yeah,
sorry
you know
for
what?
the rudeness. You
You see
invited
she's
us into
quietly
your
pouring
abode.
some tea, and then I have not had enough
Immediately notices the cat.
Yeah.
Stares.
It's staring at you directly as well. She just kind of speaks up. I have not yet had enough visitors to truly understand what would be good etiquette.
I mean,
Make yourselves at home, at least for the night.
Yeah. Thanks.
It is the least I could do for what you have given to me.
Yeah. I was actually curious, what's your next move?
She kind of just holds the teacup in her hand as she sort of thinks about that. I am not sure. I have not thought this far ahead. She sort of just sits there.
Didn't think we would win. Can I say?
No, I didn't. Not. I hoped. I've never beaten him before. Neither has it ever occurred to me that I could have succeeded at my goal. I
I'm
must
sorry to
think, I suppose. Thinking is
Blunt.
next.
I'm sorry to bluntly say it like this, but we've all probably picked up from context clues. You are one of his goes to do air quotes only one-handed daughters.
She kind of like shudders at that statement. Ugh. No, daughter. Did he call us that?
Yeah, he sure
Yes.
did, but I think the proper term... experiment.
Experiments.
Yeah.
I'm still not fully sure about our relationship.
She kind of checks over and looks at you again, and then she seems to feel a little awkward about this whole situation as she sort of just puts down the teacup and well, if you want any food, feel free to take some, but
Would you mind if I removed my armor here?
she nods.
Gives
And
me a fire.
she kind
Oh
of
my God, he's so white.
She kind of thinks a little bit on where to start. As she kind of actually sort of ignores the quandary there for a second, sort of turns over to Cortina as she kind of looks at her for a little bit. What is your name?
I am called Cortina.
Does the name Dorota mean anything to you?
I don't know, does it?
No, not really.
No, I can't say that it does. Should it?
She kind of thinks about that. And then she sort of looks at you and stares for a little bit and thinks about it. I suppose it wouldn't, no.
For what it's worth, I have designated myself with this name so that the people that I travel with will no longer be confused. I haven't really identified with the name for quite some time.
She kind of thinks about that. You are different than when I last saw you. Though I don't think who I am looking at is who I am seeing. We will at least identify you for now as Cortina. This is who you are. I do not believe the body you carry has anything to do with what you are now. To think otherwise would be foolish of me, but at one point, you and I were dear friends. At some point in time, when we were younger, we had both been selected to assist in helping the Sicklands. This part of you, which is now simply one small part of you, was a dear friend of mine, and we decided we wanted to go together. She kind of considers this a little longer and then sort of just... It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance fresh again, you Cortina. I am
It is.
Dorota, and I believe at the very least you had suffered through similar experiences that I had in that time, whether or not you remember them.
It's also pleasant to meet you. I'm sorry your friend died.
She sort of just looks. I have made peace with that. It was almost easier to return to knowing she is dead than believing she might be alive all along. I am made peace with that aspect of myself. You are. Hmm. You must be the mushroom. Yes. There is a mushroom that was a colony that was growing in the area that we were grew up in, I suppose. It
Yes, I
was.
actually spoke with them recently. They spoke highly of you, I assume.
She kind of blinks at that. Hmm. That is amusing, I suppose. Yes. Mushroom colony liking me. Hmm. I suppose I should go and give my thanks.
Same hat.
Ah.
You would have to dig out the rubble. Laz struggling out of his mind, trying to take out the
Yeah.
armor with one arm.
Eleanor kind of moves up and
Here,
tries to
here.
assist. Yeah, yeah.
Let me.
Yeah.
I can
You know
squire
this.
for you here.
Yeah.
Yes, I've read it in books. Knights usually have people to help them put on and remove their armor, right?
Yes, that is why I don't take mine off very often, as it takes me 30 minutes to put it on by myself.
Christ.
uh you but yeah, she sort of just kind of just kind of sits there thinking about that for a little bit. I believe there was many experiments we were put under. You were attempting to be a project to try to cultivate some type of colony, some type of growth, taking an she kind of considers it. You were a seedbed for the panacea, a place where many diseases could live, grow, and change. I was the attempt to make something newly human, using many different parts of other animals that had survived the sick lands. I believe you were more successful in the long run.
I don't know. You are also alive.
She kind of thinks about that, hopefully due to my own will and not his.
I don't think it matters either way.
She kind of. It might not matter from a practical angle, but how we live and continue to live is often important in its own way. It's a matter of pride, and as a witch, pride is my greatest strength. She kind of turns over to Barrett again, and then also turning over to Laz, as I believe you two were curious about something, though.
Yes. Barrett, sir, you can go first.
Well, I guess I was curious. Baba Yaga. This is her house, yeah? Or was?
She nods. I have inherited it. Yes.
Hmm. Now that was
So
true.
Baba Yaga is dead.
She kind of nods. Very recently.
Something along the lines of running out of hatred? Something like that.
Yeah, she kind of shifts in her chair a little bit. She was happier than I'd ever seen her privately. She simply seemed to lose an aspect of herself. I'm not sure if it had something to do with the way the feywilds have changed, or perhaps she simply wished to pass. But either way, she found this land pleasing, I suppose.
Hmm.
I see.
So, how does this work for you then? Do you operate on the same wavelength of that?
She kind of like. In terms of this place, I find the Sicklands to be a boorish home that has brought me much frustration. I do not hate it, but it also does not bring much fondness to my heart. In terms of my anger, it certainly was my teaching to channel that and continue to live with that. However, I'm not sure now. I get more thinking. what are you all doing here?
Well, our primary objective is we're looking for well, the best way I can phrase it, we're looking for a cure. Maybe not to fix the sick lands, but to at least heal people.
But I must
Heal
point
people
out,
afflicted by sick land specific diseases and poisons.
Bingo.
yeah, I must point out still, Leshie mentioned that there was a way to simply stop the sick lands, yet he refused to share that. Would you happen to know anything about it?
Yeah, that was a curious detail. He also mentioned he was doing it for someone. An old
dear
friend.
friend.
Yeah. Any idea?
She's gonna start with a nature.
Cool.
I'm sorry if
Okay.
it sounds like an interrogation, it's just a lot of questions.
She kind of waves her hand at your concerns. As she considers an aspect of that, she sort of mulls it over and kind of comes to a conclusion. Saving the sick lands. Well, I have noticed the interaction with the Fae has been strange. It seems that whatever answer you would have for the sick lands, it does not lie purely inside of the material world itself. The bleed runs deep into the feywild itself.
Damn it all.
Really?
Yes. It is like... She kind of, what I have noticed, and as time continues to pass on and on, the material plane and the feywild in this area have begun to merge, I should say. Everything has begun to fall together. She sort of takes a slice of the cake, and a cake with the multiple layers on it, of course.
Yeah.
A bit of a food analogy as she sort of like puts it down, and then she just kind of like everything here is just smashed down into a singular pulp. It's begun happening in pockets. It's gotten way worse over the past couple of months.
That's worrying.
And I'm to presume this isn't happening naturally.
She kind of turns over. No. Some of the events in the entirety of the material plane, the evolution is somewhat natural, but it is all, to its very core, spawned from something unnatural.
Everything.
Synchronized sigh.
Synchronized sigh, yeah.
Listen, this is the JRPG cutscene where we're getting a lot of lore and like the characters need to acknowledge it somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Carthian,
Hmm.
you were saying something?
Everything is just seeking to evolve to some new adaptation that they need to make in order to survive this unnatural thing at the core of it. It just so happens that their evolution is bad for us.
She kind of nods. And then,
also happening very quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to mention this. The speed at which the disease is spreading.
I
It
might
probably has something to do.
I might have a crackpot theory about that.
Oh, she's doing good at this.
Tiny microscopic life forms might exist.
Midichlorians.
That's crazy.
when
That sounds like some nonsense Leshie would talk about.
if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to the Feywild, time gets a little weird sometimes. It's not a guarantee, but traveling between the two locations, between the material plane and the Feywilds, if you don't know what you're doing, chances are you might lose a bit of, well, time. Could be a couple hours, days. Really shit scenario is months.
Or years.
Yeah, that's
How-
now those big time gaps are pretty unlikely, but if the thing is falling apart around us, do you think these like modifications of time could be impacting how fast things evolve?
She kind of looks. I do believe that could be the case. A piece of life finding itself stuck in the feywild, a rapidly deteriorating one, no less, could very, very easily slip. Could slowly, or very rapidly indeed, evolve to our eyes, but in actuality be creeping along at its normal place in an area we simply cannot see.
Just wanted to point out of character that none of us know that Carthian became an old man.
Yeah,
That's true, and Carthian still doesn't know either. You know,
Yeah,
he's
he's
still
like,
got the mask
yeah.
on.
Yeah, next year I'm gonna have chronic pain, and I'm just not gonna really understand why. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess I thought I had a little bit more time, but I guess I do.
My
I do
knees.
haul around. I do haul around this heavy ass armor all the time. So
Yeah.
Arthritis.
God.
She also kind of
The old
follows up
friend.
though. In terms of what I know of an old friend, however, Leshie was one who visited all the villages. Even after, when I was attempting to find more about him, all I could tell for sure was that he was one who, throughout time, throughout many different places in the Sicklands, the South in general, he had always appeared. He was... If there was someone of power, someone of any sort of note to his eyes, he would come to them, he would know them. It would be very likely that he could have met someone deep inside the South before everything went wrong, formed a friendship of some kind, and then it just fell apart.
Perhaps
Everything
his
did.
mood has changed. I can ask him if you'd like.
She kind of looks at you.
What are you
What?
talking about?
What,
You
what's the
you
issue?
want to talk? You want to talk? You want to talk to him? Yeah, you say that out loud. You want to talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay, one moment.
Man, I didn't get my lore yet. Don't start a fight.
It'll be quick. I'll just shoot her in the head.
You sort of reach out and you talk, yeah. And what do you say? What do you say in your brain?
Hey, Dad, just checking in.
Oh, all right. You make me a persuasion roll.
Oh, gee, long.
Don't forget your disadvantage.
Yeah, I won't.
I mean, even if you weren't sick, I'm pretty sure it would still be at this.
Yeah,
I didn't
probably.
hurt him. I didn't kill him.
Didn't
I
hurt.
just ate him after he was dead.
Yeah, you know.
I'm pretty sure you bit him while he was alive.
Yeah, he didn't know that was.
That was
me.
a wolf. I wasn't
Yeah.
thinking straight.
That was a warning bite before I
Yeah.
ate him.
And there is a 20 there.
Yeah. You almost had a 20 and a
Bummer.
19. That would have been pretty sick.
Mhm.
Radio silence.
You hear that, and then a voice sort of answers in your brain. I'm very disappointed in you. Very, very disappointed.
I understand, but you were right. I didn't die.
Yes. We'll talk when I'm feeling a little better.
What the fuck is this fucking tsundere shit?
He's fucking grumpy.
She's talking out loud. She just can't
Yeah,
get the answer.
but you're only hearing one thing, yeah.
Barrett looks over to Dorota and like shrugs.
Baird has a period of not caring about any of this, seeing her like fucking possessed talk to herself, and then kind of slowly just sort of crawls his way
Leaves the
out of
chicken
the pen and goes and sits up on the chair instead.
Correct.
Did you assimilate him?
Yes. What remains? I figured it was the least I could do to carry his work forward.
you want to continue his work.
No, I will continue as I do, and in such his work will continue as I am his work.
I see, I think.
You worded that in a worrying way, to say the least.
I clearly chose you,
Yeah.
Indeed.
so that means that it was part of his work to choose you.
You hear
I
in
don't
your
know if he
mind.
knew that.
Yeah. That is
None-
bullshit. I'm really disappointed now.
Dad's silent
he
about
also
that.
he also seemed to think that he was stronger and built in such a way that you wouldn't defeat him.
Built different. I forgot.
Well, I guess he was mistaken.
Indeed. So who's to say that he knew what his work would end up becoming?
Yeah. You
If
got
it makes you
control
feel
of
any
that?
better, when you die, I'll also assimilate you.
Yeah. Thanks,
Well,
kid.
as long as you feel like you're more in control and, he's just a tag along, for lack of a better term, then I don't see any problem with it.
He's just one of millions.
Great. You don't think he can, influence you, yeah?
No. Like I said, just one in millions.
Drowned out in the crowd.
Only to answer if called upon.
All right. Just, keep us posted, I guess, if you're, feeling weird.
Well, I only feel weird because I've taken in 4 diseases in the past 5 minutes.
Looks at Alrock.
Alrock is breathing heavily, but still. He's been sitting down, just sort of taking breaths in as he's waited.
I can't help but feel that I would have gotten an answer if I wasn't carrying one of them.
I see.
One of them is making me less cute.
You can't see it. Barrett cocks an eyebrow. Right. Dorota.
She's just been staring at her. She's just like, she kind of turns her attention back over. Yes.
So, you know anything else about this, this old friend? Like...
We already asked that.
Right, but... Do you think he's in Lowborough? We're thinking that's the ground zero of this.
Barrett.
She
sir.
kind of
Did I?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Did I miss something?
It appears that the friend is long gone. Leshie has been around for a while, and
The friend.
he spoke of the friend. The friend. He spoke of the friend in mostly past tense and carrying out his will as though he himself could not anymore.
Hey man, sick lands are fucked up. Anything could happen.
she's sort of like, I suppose that is true. Perhaps something else is going on, but if you seek Lowborough and any sort of knowledge of Leshie's past, I'm sure that you would be able to find some form of mentions in the Lowborough Grand Library.
Okay.
It was under... She was like, it was under that garish castle of theirs, I believe.
Castle.
She sort of nods. There used to be a seat of nobility down here, one as a sort of watchpin over the peoples of the south. It was not a pleasant arrangement.
He
She-
stops, takes the pin. Does this...
She kind of nods. Yes, that was their logo. What did you find?
logo?
Their logo.
They were a
Their
brand?
emblem. Their emblem. It's the same word but different. Their emblem, yes.
You
was
look
their
at it
emblem.
again, it's a Pepsi
It's
symbol.
Nike.
Yeah, it's fucking... Yeah. Their
Yo,
slogan
your
underneath,
Jordans
you know?
are fake!
Shorties are
Damn.
fake, bro. No! you take enough damage to finally go down.
Lose your feet.
Reduced to atoms.
Yes, their emblem,
Hmm.
bitch. Their emblem was indeed that. You should see it plenty once you get closer and closer to Lobro, if that is your wish. I would warn you that that place is far from safe.
Looks at the cat again. Stop.
It hisses at you.
It sounds like this Nobu family wasn't, well liked in Lobro.
No. They and the other smaller families that were positioned at the different keeps, all of them were loathed from what Baba Yaga had told me. She was often interspersed with her history, speaking much of people's hate more so than anything.
Looks over at Laz. When we get to Lobro, might be wise to cover that, just in case.
Maybe. Well, that brings me to the topic at hand. I believe, or so I've been led to at least, I believe that I have something, my creation as a chimera has something to do with Baba Yaga. I have memories of this place in particular, of waking up here, and
She kinda
nothing
looks-
before that.
If this was true, I do not remember you. You were long gone before I showed up.
You see? That end then.
Well,
Would you
we can get a
know
guesstimation.
why?
She kind of
Yes.
thinks. She gets up, walks across the room, kind of like doing that sort of weird hobble walk in order to get over here, and then reaches around with her good hand through a number of books, tries to pull through, and let me see if she can do this.
Here, the Ledger of Experiments. Let's see if
Yes,
we are
the
done.
experimental ledger. Yeah, she's just gonna pull this. Yeah, she kind of flips through and pulls out a few books. Just kind of looks at the ledgers of every book that she's got there. It takes a little while, but then she sort of turns over and is like, "You were not listed. She must have seen you as a fancy of some type. Something amusing to her that she wished to sick upon the world, but beyond that," she kind of sits down again. "She must not have bore you in particular any hatred. Though, that means nothing really. Her hatred was as wild as she was, targeting the most random of folk. But she does say one thing. I would say, if she thought you were interesting enough to bring home and fix up, your life must have truly been worthless in the past."
Squints.
She liked fixer-uppers, I would say. She was a
I
strange
see.
one. I would say that if you had a past, try not to concern yourself with it too much. Simply live as you are now.
Looks at the emblem, the pendant, squeezes it a little bit.
Do you feel any connection to this past that you don't know?
I don't know. Weirdly enough. It's how do I put this? he kind of stops and like he is working his brain to the utmost limit with his 9 int to put this into words.
Barrett just crosses his arms. Another life?
No, it's more
The
have you
circumstances
heard
your
of
birth.
were creatures?
Yeah, I know a couple.
A curse that robs you of the you and replaces it with a beast. And once the beast has been satiated, you get to claim your body back for another period of time. It's a bit like that. Although I cannot say who's the werewolf and who's the person here.
So, are you, you're not literally a were-critter, I presume.
I have no problems looking at the full moon, no? Am I, Ellie?
She kind of goes over and she's about to ask Carthy a question. She's like, no, not a were creature, just a funny little combination of things. All one
Silly little
person. Sapiens through and through, not interrupted, but a few primal urges. She kind of turns over. Very, very dangerous predator instincts, and she kind of goes over. Carthy, do you want to get out of your armor? You've been in that the entire time.
Yes, I suppose.
Might as well, kid. We're gonna be camping here.
Allow me to help you then. One hand washes the other, although he lets out a dry laugh.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna drag a new Carthy in here.
This motherfucker
Carthian,
thinks he's funny.
You take off your mask, and then you're just like, oh wow, South really changes people, huh? You look
beard and shit.
yeah. Beard and a bit of ring.
Just tired. I'm sure it'll go away as soon as I can get back home.
She natural one. Yeah, I guess that's right. She pats you on the shoulder.
Can I?
Just
Just
some bags under the eyes, probably a bit of malnutrition.
Do I need to roll to know that this is weird? Like, fucking hell.
He only aged a little bit.
He
didn't age that much.
10 years is really not significant in terms of how you look. Like, maybe my hairline's receding a bit, but I wear my hair long, so you wouldn't even be able to notice it.
A little less baby face. He just grew a beard quick, you know? It's like...
Yeah. I need
God.
to shave. I can only grow a mustache particularly well, and the rest is all just patchy. Ugh. He pulls out a knife and
Kills the cat.
yeah. I'll step outside and take care of that. I don't want to get hair everywhere. Looks at all the cat hair.
No.
Oh, I don't want to get all of
the witch's abode, please.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get all of my hair in here with you.
Suit yourself.
With respect.
You go outside to shave. I'll bring you back in a little bit. So I believe by the sound of it, you'll all be going to Lowborough next.
Well,
Next? Probably not.
probably not immediately. There's still, quite a bit of distance between here and there. Maybe hit up a couple of those towns along the way.
Now that I think about it, there is a bit of a problem. I look at Barrett.
Hmm?
I can't use my weapon.
Yeah, that's, kind of cross his arms again. That's gonna be tough. I mean, I've got a knife, if that helps at all.
I do have a hammer and a shield, but using the halberd with one arm is impossible, honestly.
Yeah, that's not ideal. If you'd like, we could try to, tie the shield onto your arm so you've got some more defenses, or, well, gestures. What's left?
Laz,
It's up to
Eleanor-
it's up.
Eleanor kind of speaks up there and is like, "Are you sure you shouldn't just go back now?"
No, I won't. You're still here. Everyone else is still here.
She kind of turns over to Barrett to see what he thinks.
Right. Barrett remembers he's supposed to be in charge.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell anyone to do anything specifically. Best I can do is recommendations. Let's be real. This was more or less a volunteer mission. Okay? Well, he thinks about that for most of us.
Did I get the option to stay at home? No one told me that. Barrett says out loud from behind you.
Shut up, Baird. It's like looks over his shoulder briefly. I mean, you can leave.
Central's been looking for a chance to kill you for years.
Once Josen's out, you're next, so like. But
Once the Fetu wakes up again, he'll be working on that.
Josen sneezes somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Barrett.
You hear it behind the house.
There you go. You're back now.
Barrett turns back to
Rough job.
Laz. I'm not gonna tell you what you should and shouldn't do. I'll leave it at this. You're a hell of a fighter, and that's a grave injury. If you want to walk away from this, no harm, no foul. Fair enough. You want to keep trekking with us? Great. But do you understand? If it does put other people's lives in danger, I might have to ask you to walk.
I don't think he'll put anybody's lives in danger. If anything, he'll be a powerful corpse when he dies.
Right. I'm gonna hope that doesn't happen. And looks over. I'm optimistic this won't slow you down.
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Oh, thank Christ.
Okay, so
I can
you
still
said you've
use
lost.
my hammer.
You said you've lost the arm before.
Well, it was a bit more. How do I say this? Extreme last time.
Okay,
My entire lower half
I
got
see.
ripped off by a bug beast.
I see.
It took a long time from what I heard for that to heal, right?
Half a year.
Damn it.
Your pee good?
I'm glad somebody said it.
Yeah. So you don't have any. You're not accustomed to the new balance that you're going to find yourself having to do.
No.
Swinging a weapon is hard enough, or learning how to swing a weapon is hard enough with two full arms. If you're holding up a shield, if you're using your shoulder to hold up a shield that you don't have much maneuverability over, and you're just using the other hand to swing wildly with a hammer, it's going to take
It
some
was
practice.
cut up to the elbow, right?
Yeah. But
Oh, up to the elbow?
It's
Okay.
yeah. It's yeah, that is one of my major concerns regarding combat. Just the not being accustomed to the lack of weight on one side is certainly gonna throw me off.
Abidoon even kind of pitches in again, finally. He's just kind of like,
Who are you?
you could potentially attempt to add on an extra weight
Yeah.
if you
Yeah, I
still
was
have
thinking
something on
stuff
your
like
arm. Though that acid looks rather intimidating.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't really stick anything normal in there like a prosthetic because the acid would just eat away at it.
I might have an idea, actually. Barrett looks around the room. By chance, is there like a big enough like wine bottle that would?
Yes, there is in here.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my artificer tools. I'm gonna craft something very strange.
Okay.
So what?
Dorota watching you as you steal a bottle of wine from her.
Yeah, Barrett doesn't ask. He just does things. That's how he operates. What Barrett's gonna do is he's gonna pull out his tools to cut the bottle at kind of like the halfway point, perfectly around, so that he has just the bottom half of the bottle, and then see if it fits over the stump.
I look at the road. I'm so sorry.
It's
She
fine.
just kind of stares at it, and then
It's glass.
You
It's
put
a
it
solid
open.
idea.
yeah, you you think it might?
It's-
Yeah, you think it does. You could probably make that work.
But still, I must be very specific. This is black pudding acid. I don't know if it may also eat away glass. that's the fucked up part. Let's
Maybe.
try it. What happens,
Let's try
Christian?
it then. Let's try it.
Yeah. So
Actually, black pudding is a blood sausage, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
No,
Just
Just eat it. Oh Christ, my microphone.
double my proficiency. Okay. So what would I be rolling for this?
Let's see. What's your artificer skill?
I can just I think I can just use tools and I also have tool
Yeah.
expertise.
Yeah,
you use
so
the
you
tool.
probably use your tool. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm right tool for the job. I can spend an hour to just get the tools I need, if so.
Oh, yeah.
So if necessary, so this might take a while. But yeah, Barrett will. I guess he'd have to use like a glassmaker's kit.
Yeah, something like that. You think that you press up just a normal bottle and it seems to hold for a little while, and then the black pudding starts to kind of chew at it, and you notice the glass starting to misform. But it interacts in a strange way, and you think if you spent some time alchemically, you could probably whip up something that would help as a solvent to stop the black ooze from just eating it.
Yeah. As the glass starts to melt, Laz is trying his best to not let any drop on the floor. He's like, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry about this, ma'am. I really.
So
Tawny runs over, grabs
have
a napkin, and then just puts
do
it
we have
under
a-
your arm and realizes what might happen. And she's like, I don't know if I should be catching this.
Yeah, you should probably step away.
Maybe we
Tony,
should
I'm
be doing this
sorry. Thank you for
outside.
let's go
helping.
Yeah.
outside. Come on, let's go outside. So what?
Do you have a tarp?
How do tools?
Or do you have an extra arm? That would also help.
She just sighs and then kind of gets up and starts looking through her things, and eventually grabs you a little alchemy kit starter pack, a little picnic fucking
Baby's
blanket,
first science
baby's
kit.
first science kit, and hands it on over. And
I'm sorry.
please don't get anything on the chicken.
Oh yeah, we're not going
I
near
would
them.
never.
No.
Oh god.
Tools proficiencies. I'm looking this up really quick to see how rolling works for this.
Ellie is just looking at this fucking clown
Yeah.
troop.
She's just kind of staring off.
Sorry about losing my arm.
She's. I mean, what can you say to someone who's going? You can't really say anything about that.
Proficiency bonus to any ability. Okay, so what ability check do you want me to do for this? Is this intelligence, dexterity?
Medicine.
We'll do intelligence. It doesn't really matter. They're the exact same bonus, and it's just adding your proficiency. So yeah,
But because it's tools, it's even better.
yeah,
Because it's a +4 and then +8.
yeah.
Poison. Yeah.
Oh hey, yeah, that'll definitely do.
Damn, that's +8.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I get to double my tool proficiency.
Yeah. You think you could make
Christ.
something to stop the slime from eating whatever? You'll have a bunch of other steps from there, but yeah.
Yeah.
According to Eleanor, they got a light enchantment on my armor that stops from eating it away. So
Yeah.
if you want to, you can grab some parts of it too.
Yeah, I think
I don't know.
I think what we're gonna try here is first we're gonna put this bottle on. Now this is gonna be fragile, so there's not a whole hell of a lot I can do about that unless I put another metal casing around it, your armor. So you've got an entire sleeve you're not using right now. I should be able to kind of gently massage around it. And then if I can get something soft in between the glass and the metal.
The gambeson should work. He rips the gambeson up where his
Yeah.
stump is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
perfect. Thank you. Barrett wraps it around. That way, if you do take a tumble, it may not guarantee it, but we're gonna do the best we can to make it so that
On crit prosthetic explodes.
Yeah. Barrett gets it all situated, ties it up nicely around just below the shoulder so that like it's pulled up into the stump so that it's giving it pressure as well. Okay. I think I shrugs. I'm not exactly a doctor, but that should help.
Looks at Tawny.
Oh yeah, hey doc, what do you think?
Mm-hmm. She's just kind of staring at it. I wouldn't call myself a doctor. That's a bit of a stretch. She kind of looks, but it looks fine. She actually does have good medicine, despite saying that. She's gonna roll and see about that.
Oh, saw that one.
She just kind of like takes a look, and she's just like, "This will be fine. Just be careful about circulation. If you squeeze this too tightly, it might affect his self-regeneration."
Right. Okay.
You want to be careful.
Those were words.
Yeah, let's give that a little more wiggle room. That's a fair point.
I just need to stick something heavy in there. A log or literal wooden stump should do.
A log might be a bit much, but we can get something.
No, you just didn't know how jacked I was, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, my strength score is off the roof, bro. You don't understand.
Laz just like puffs on his chest, and Barrett's like, "What? You think you're gonna impress me of all people?"
The armor starts to move.
God, everyone's HP is so
It was
low.
the
It's
Terra
so funny.
Cruz thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
All right, let's yeah, that ought to do it. We'll put some more weight on there, somehow, but it's a start.
Yeah, I'll just to make sure, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure with enough practice, maybe I can get back to using the halberd, but yeah, I probably won't be able to use it with just prosthetic. It's an intricate art, all things considered.
Yeah.
I'll stick to the shield or the hammer for now. You can hurt people with shields pretty bad, did you know?
I mean, it's a blunt object. Yeah, it'll do that.
I had no idea.
So, I have a question for you guys. Days, kind of night's just gonna go by, so it'll sort of like this is just a sort of a rest period. At any time you can set off, and we'll continue on. If you have anything else you guys want to do before you leave, you absolutely can, or like before we pass time. So just kind of moment of freedom here, a bit of a solace moment.
Hey,
So,
Carthian,
Hmm?
you want to go eat
Whoa,
something?
microphone.
Sorry.
You want to go eat a mushroom?
Yeah, I'm down to clown.
Oh,
Classic.
We'll be right back.
oh my
Don't go
God.
far.
So are you guys, while this is going, are you guys on the inside, you're just gonna you gonna keep working on this arm?
Yeah, I think also in the process, like, Barrett, we don't have to do scenes for this, but Barrett's gonna, like, check up on each person, like, hey, I saw you go into, like, a bone grinder. Are you good?
Yeah.
Hey, Tawny, you literally almost died twice. Are you
Yeah,
okay?
Laz is going to use the last of his lay on hands to help
Tawny.
people up a
Hey,
bit.
Tawny, you almost died, but more importantly, you rolled like shit forever last session. Are
Yeah.
you good?
All right. Well, it's really quick to see that. Let me take us outside for a moment then.
Mm-mm.
And I'm just going to. Hopefully, this should work pretty all right. Let me just.
It also doesn't need to be a scene. I think Barrett will also teach Tawny how to use a gun.
Yes, of course. Just occasionally during shrooms, use your bang on the inside of the house.
Laz is going to ask for an empty bottle and fill it with wine from his alchemic jug. And like, yeah, he's just saying sorry so much. Like, he's over the trouble.
So, let's go outside real fast.
while being extremely hurt.
So, I'm taking us outside now. Cortina and Arthian, you both step on outside in front of this. It's dark out.
Robot.
But
Why
yeah.
the fuck am I here?
Me with a mask. Me without my mask.
Oh, did I leave?
I see a little me.
Oh
or
yeah.
the same me.
Oh really?
I'm
Hey,
controlling
get
both of
out of there! Get out of there!
I
Holy
see
fuck,
myself
I am
in there.
fucked up.
All right, you know, let me just
It's
delete these. Be
mushroom.
gone. There we go. All right, let me just. You both step outside. It's dark as hell. You can barely see anything. But Cortina, you're pretty fine in this circumstance. Outside, you notice
to me.
the golem out here and everything, and you kind of step on out as well. And as you step on out, behind you, someone else comes on outside. May I join?
Of course.
Yes.
I'm
He kinda
pleasantly
steps on out.
surprised that you're interested.
I need to get out. That's outside a little bit.
My dog.
Your dog is around. You
Okay.
actually sort of notice as you notice him because he was here. He was just kind of chilling underneath a tree over
Aw.
here, and he kind of pops up as soon as you're kind of mentally like, where are you, Plesko? He's over here. Probably would have walked up and licked your face in the middle of this. Now he just kind of sits down and watches.
Are you feeling better?
I'm a little bit, yes. It was so sudden to lose all of that. I'm feeling quite better now. That's what is this? What is this thing you're doing?
I should say that I'm appreciative of you taking my burden for at least just that time.
He sort of nods his head a little bit. Thank you for your kindness as well. I have not been a charge for some time. Well, it was good to do something important for someone, I suppose. Again,
It was very important. Now we're going to eat some mushrooms. And then she just reaches into the water and pulls out whatever she can find.
You reach out, you pull something out. This is direct from the feywilds.
Just, getting in tune with my ancestry.
Yeah, those are some spicy meatballs.
Oh my god. Feywild shrooms!
Christian,
I sent you a DM.
Yes, don't worry, I saw it. As you sort of sit down there, you all kind of sit, and you sort of re-enter this sort of the Feywild. That Feywild shit hits different as things. You sort of take this opportunity to once more settle in with Cortina and start to feel the world around you. You sort of begin to sink into yourself to a certain degree. As you begin to like sort of settle, I want you all to make me some wisdom rolls real fast.
Ooh. Not even a save, just a roll?
Oh yeah, I think a save would be a better thing than that. Yeah. Wisdom saves. Damn, bro, you're actually doing all right for no wiz. Bro, a keeper has no wisdom. What the fuck?
I've got that thing. I've got that thing that lets me reroll saves.
That's indomitable, indomitable shroom taker. Do it.
Yeah. My man.
There we go.
Man, there you go. That's good. That's better. Yeah. A low roll like that would be kind of bad, but this is a little better actually. So you kind of sit down and you all sort of just kind of feel the air around you for a little bit. It's quiet here, but all the same, you can start to pick up some kind of sounds as you just listen in, and the swamp itself starts to kind of circle in. And that's an interesting note. It's noises. Despite this area is not a place that is merged, it is truly the Fae, and there are weird sounds and different types of insects that are sort of floating around the glows deep into the night. And as you sort of connect, you feel a lot laid upon you. Cortina, you feel the inclusion of a whole new bunch of types of diseases, entities. Your colony's grown, and it's grown more active and communicative. The complexity of your form has increased by a lot. In a way, you've only gained, and it's quite a strange way to word it, but the things you've gone through in the past week or so have been very positive. You've undergone a lot of new growth. You've thought about what you wanted and claimed upon it. And in many ways, you feel closer to the sick lands than you ever have before. You've even felt deep into yourself tapping into it more and more over time. There's a whole wide array of new things you feel like you can do with the sick lands. You feel like you can start to shape it, move through it better, and all sorts of things like that. Carthian, you on the other hand, you feel ever since you've come in here, you felt more aware of this place, and there's been a lot of stuff that's been probably running through your head as you've been running around in this shitty swamp instead of being somewhere up north. And this time, you feel a lot more running across your mind, a lot more weight. You've gained a lot too, but it doesn't feel like it's that same type of way that you can actively feel Cortina has gained. Instead, you feel the weight of a lance on your back, and that holds strangely. That lance was from the Fae, and it almost feels like you connect to it in this place. You feel it. There's a legacy, a feeling of almost connectiveness to that lance. This is an entire legacy sitting on your back, a weapon that speaks to many different generations far into the past. This is a weapon of a champion, a true knight of an long gone era, and it almost rings cold on your back, hollow. It's been crying, weeping, waiting, watching a legacy play out without one's awareness of its own desires, needs. This is a magic weapon scorned, something that you do think in some regard lives, but has not had its master for a long time. Not truly. Living within a shell. And now it seems curious. As you connect to it, you feel yourself attuning to it more and more, and you think, this thing is it's sort of curious about you. It feels it's interested in knowing what type of person you are, Carthian. And it seems especially attuned to you right now, deep into the depths of winter. Both of you, the nature itself, it finds that part of you curious. This part of you, the part of you that comes out only once a year. And you are kind of laying there, and another thing you see is after a little while passes, you see him sitting right across from you, just sort of looking at you directly in this place as he sort of watches you. Hello there.
Are you feeling better?
I've calmed down slightly.
Did you hear what I said about your work?
I was touched, though I would hate to admit it. You truly have a good head on your shoulders. I'm surprised. He sort of turns over to Carthian as he sort of, you're new here.
Just visiting.
Alrock is frozen solid after seeing Leshie appear again, and he's just sort of hanging out there, kind of looks back and forth and decides to just shut up.
Don't worry, Alrock, he's cool.
Understand it was nothing personal.
It wasn't? You stepped first.
I did. Your work is abominable. And I didn't see you stopping it through any other means.
He sort of considers it. I find that to be an insult.
You can find it to be however you want. You're dead and I'm not.
I suppose it is a good point. I'm not dead, not truly. I live on, as does she.
As do we all. I mean, you live as much as the dirt I'm sitting on.
Yes.
It was
Yes,
once
exactly.
it was once alive, it was once something, and perhaps someday the parts of it will make up something living again.
Yeah, you're starting to get it.
Oh, this is something I've always understood. It is the entropy, it is the waves of time. We are born, we age, we die, and we are born again.
Hmm.
So that you can understand that Parthian still has the ability to inflict his truth upon the world. And my father has to inflict his truth through me. He no longer has that control.
It is the loss of will. Yes. This is truly the worst thing I've seen emerge from the Sicklands. Will-less evolution. Simply losing oneself to the whims of nature. He kind of thinks about that as he sort of looks up at the moon and kind of ponders.
It is
I
the whims of
suppose.
nature that created everything you see before us. The
Hmm,
whims of nature brought us here. The whims of nature feed us. The whims of nature determine that we must kill to eat, to live. The whims of nature is all there has ever been, all there will ever be. The fact that we are conscious of it, the fact that we can look upon it and examine it, means nothing of any true significance because we can't stop it. Nature will subvert our will. Nature will always win. It will always outlive us.
hmm. He sort of just lets that sit. Yes, there is some truth to what you say. Though I have observed nature for a long, long time, nature has some form of will of its own. It's simply humans who cannot understand it that ascribe it to something greater. When you have seen nature for as long as I have, you have seen the way the dirt turns as the ages pass and the way things grow. You start to see the patterns, the way that it all comes together. And of course, nothing you say is explicitly wrong, but I tell you earnestly, nature is something that could be oh, something that would be glorious, beautiful, but also willful with the way it twists the world. It is a being, it lives deep, deep with its own mind and presence. You must simply look closer into the dirt and watch its will act. But but you are correct. I believe I have made a terrible mistake in one aspect. I believe I have not accounted for in my nature, my studies of nature, the idea that perhaps without its own will, now I truly understand I cannot act. I speak to you and I speak to her, but I'm dead through the nature of the world. My consciousness lives, but I cannot do anything about it. Ah, many of my creatures and experiments, they lacked this key willpower, and I thought it was a bit of a loss, but nothing too bad. I see now the power of a creature that has maintained its will. He kind of looks over directly at Cortina. You, you could betray me. It was, it was beautiful.
Oh, you're going to make me blush.
He kind of turns over and he moves over and crawls and he places two hands on your shoulder, but it doesn't really feel like that. It's more just like you feel your mind respond as if someone is touching you, but your body isn't actually being touched. You're just sort of like waving around a little bit as your mind is kind of fading in and out as he kind of looks at you and just speaks. I believe you have what it takes to protect my daughter. Please keep up the good work.
Are you finished with your inane ramblings?
He kind of stares at you with this almost lidless, just
I would be happy.
comprehensionless eye.
I am happy to protect Cortina because Cortina is my friend. But to ascribe anything to ascribe all of nature to some singular will is just weak. It's weak. It's attempting to personify that which is You're trying to turn what is billions and billions of wills counteracting one another at every given turn into some greater one singular will. Even me, I understand that there are that the thing that I am, the thing that I pilot around, is even made up of billions of different life forms all working together without even understanding that they do it for me. It is the same thing as if an ant were to try to comprehend us. It would be us trying to comprehend, or worse yet, counteract nature. Nature will deny us at every turn unless we work with it.
But he sort of just shakes his head. That's you are correct. Yes, there's billions of creatures, individuals that come together and make one whole human. But that is the point. Sure, there are thousands of wills pressing as one, but nature still becomes nature. That is still Cortina. Kind of gestures over at Cortina directly. A name is necessary. Yes, I'm referring to.
I have never known Cortina to speak of herself as one being.
Ah,
That
In
is true.
the short time that I have known her.
Damn.
he sort of just sits back down and kind of just sort of addresses back to the center of the circle. He's sort of like, fine. He just kind of sits, shuts up.
Y'all added the worst persons to blunt rotation ever.
I'll rock like he's kind of harshing my vibes, guys.
Oh, Sif made the same joke. I'm sorry for saying it. You probably made it first. I'm so sorry. I was thinking, but you typed it first. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You push aside these ramblings of a madman who thinks he's got it all figured out and sort of resubmit yourself back, and you sort of continue to sit
Please stop talking. You are harshing my buzz.
here. He stays silent.
I'm trying to talk to machine elves, and you're over here.
Have you heard of the high elves?
You all continue to sit down here for some time as you sort of just while you vibe, you sit around for a while longer as all you just kind of calm down, and then Lupescu sort of just presses past this incorporeal form and he just kind of swirls around Carthian, and Carthian, you feel enveloped by a cloud.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I mean, he is me, I am he.
Yeah.
Even just between the two of us, we are multiple lives.
Persona.
Uh,
that were tie.
So, cutting back really fast now. I think things have moved around a little bit. Let me grab the alchemy couple, shove them all together.
Man, we just stole a bottle of wine from the Switch. Like, what the fuck? Maybe that was like her prized wine that she was saving for a special occasion.
Please,
We just fucking
probably
took it.
probably just fucking like fucking fermented swamp water.
Yeah.
But hey, I gave her some pretty nice wine.
Yeah.
As compensation.
Yeah, it's a good trade.
Some according to Christian, it's the midday mom killer wine.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know.
My mother's a big fan.
Yeah.
I mean, the queen would love it for
Yeah.
sure.
Queen ain't picky.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
So,
God, I'm sorry, Christian, but what was it? It's the ruler of what place that just sends wine to visitors?
Yeah, Simsalabim.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a real piece of shit.
He's based. That's what he is.
He is based.
get out of here, leshie. Yeah. So cutting back really quick. We all wanted to check some stuff. You kind of finish up the work for today really fast. And uh yeah, you sort of decide to stop for now. As you sort of just kind of, fuck it. You don't want to keep on this all night. You're all exhausted.
The arm is workable.
Mhm. Say the embers have died down a little bit more on the fire. It's gotten a little darker in here now.
Finally, I can be here without being extremely white.
Yeah. And at the end, you all just kind of sitting around, just sort of. It's gotten real quiet. And yeah, Maya kind of approaches up to you, Barrett.
Yeah.
As she sort of looks like we came out pretty all right, yeah.
Yeah, no.
The
You and
lucky
I,
ones.
yeah, we sure were the luckiest. Does make
The
me,
moment he started disappearing and showing up everywhere, I thought I was gonna get a stab in the back.
yeah, God, I don't know. I don't know why he didn't go for the back lines as much. I mean, he went after Abudun. But besides that, that was the only person he kind of cornered on his own.
Hmm.
I mean, he had a great opportunity to come and get me and Eleanor and all that,
Or even the witch.
or even the witch.
Like, luckily he didn't really get our plans. Sure that won't be the case next time, though.
No, probably not. But,
But
next time we'll be ready.
speaking of that, she sort of kind of checks over and she's just like, so yeah, glad I could help. Everything's good. Where are you going all next?
Oh, shit. Puts his hands on his hips. I guess we head south from here. A couple of towns along the way. And, don't feel obligated to stick around.
Oh,
I
well,
appreciate popping by for as long as you have.
oh no, that was actually that's a bit of a convenience because I was about to head on down myself. Um,
Oh,
I was thinking I was about to have a rough chat about. Oh, I'm sorry. I know you saved my life, but I got to be going to Bohumil. I wish you the best of luck. But if you're going there too, I might as well stop in at the same time.
yeah, I figure it's a chance to restock, maybe get some new shit.
Oh yes, you a fan of songs?
You can feel him narrow his eyes.
Oh,
What
I don't
kinda-
know about that one.
What do you mean songs?
Well, she sort of looks at you. She's like, well, um, well, she sort of from what I gather, I never actually grew up in Bohemil, but my mother told me plenty of stories. She said that back in Bohemil when she stayed there was all sorts of nice songs they'd sing. Essentially, it was I mean, it's something of a stereotype and all that, and it's a bit annoying because hey Maya, sing me a song. But I swear, apparently, it was a good tradition back in the past to just go off and sing some nice songs, do a bunch of stuff like that. Something about a tradition tied to the village itself and a big tree they once noticed around the area.
Oh shit, are we gonna have to sing when we get there?
Maybe better get your she's about to say better get your throat ready for the singing, and you do the and she just stops the thought dead.
No, I'm
No,
thinking
go ahead, say it.
Yeah, singing ain't exactly my specialty.
Well, I'm quite frank. If you walked in and started singing, they'd probably look at you funny. I mean, we learned to sing due to the tradition, but if you just walked in and sang, we'd probably think you're making fun of us.
Oh, God, then I won't.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, that's exciting enough then.
What,
She kind of
what's your
Mhm.
goal in Bohemil?
Well, she kind of just I'm not quite sure. I've been given the unenviable task to try to fix this mess, much by the sound of it like you, Bunch. So I'm going to Bohumil to see if the elves have managed to figure out anything new. We've been in contact in the past, but well, it was about time to check up again and see what's been going on. We
Got
need to
it.
see if we can manage to find a. I don't know if a cure is manageable at this point, but a weapon at least, something we can use.
Yeah, I mean, curing the sick lands entirely, despite what Leshie said, I don't think it's possible. Or at least not to the extent that we would hope.
It won't
But
look like how it looked a century ago, probably ever again.
fuck
I mean,
no.
like that. Yeah.
Not without removing what's causing it in a lot of time.
She kind of nods. Even if all of this magically disappeared, can't bring the people back.
No, we can't do that.
She kind of maybe if I'm lucky, I might find my dad. We'll see.
Kind of tilts his head. Your dad, huh? He get
Kind of
lost.
nods her head. Lost isn't quite right. He stayed on purpose.
In Lowborough?
She nods his head, or her head. Yeah.
Grabs my head, nods.
Yeah, she nods her head violently. Yeah, she nods her head, and she's just like, yeah. From what I gather, years ago, when I was young, she sort of I left with my mother because it was getting really bad, and he decided to stay because he owed it to the people of Lowborough in order to protect them. And well, pretty shit job, Dad. Sort of just gestures around and like just with her arms. So no word from him. No idea what's going on now. But
You are. I'm
yeah.
sorry to butt in, but were you from Lowborough?
She sort of considers. I don't remember a thing about Lowborough, but yes, I
see.
suppose so. I'm a bit long-lived, you see, so it's not impossible that people from Lowborough still live in the world and could have survived after leaving, but for the most part, it's not my home, not where I've been before.
That's
So-
kind of surprising, honestly. To my understanding, the populace of Lowborough is, well, you know.
She kind of nods her head. Yeah, I've heard that too. It's concerning. Whatever's happened in Lowborough must have happened fast, but I mean, supposedly some of us got away. Whatever happened that she kind of like thinks whatever came into Lowborough didn't start there, I don't think.
Really?
At least from the stories, it sort of spilled all over the land rapidly, but yeah, I'm not sure.
So,
That would
I'll go for it.
line up with the story. No, I was just saying this would line up with the story of this mass, this critical mass of dimensions and planes, and the sickness coming from somewhere else.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
yeah,
know. No, go for it.
yeah, she was just like, oh yeah, that's basically what we got. I know very little, only stories that my mum would tell me of the times before. She's passed away now, so if you're interested in interrogating her on some stuff, afraid that's out of the option. But nothing quite. I wish I could share more about details of how things went down, but again, she liked talking about the happy times, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, it's smart. Yeah, your dad. What's his name? What does he look like? We might be able to keep an eye out for him.
Right. If you see Brian, tell him Maya's looking for him.
Brown. Okay. You got blonde hair like you?
She kind of thinks, I mean, I got my hair from my mom. Supposedly had a beautiful mane of red hair that just spilled down across his body, but I don't know. She kind of thinks about it. It's a sickling, so Who knows how he looks now, you know?
Right. Did
Oh, he
you
has a literal mane.
Did you want to tag with us to Lobram?
She kind of thinks about that. Maybe. We'll see what it's like in what we discover in Bohemil.
Yeah.
I'd hate to go on that journey just for the kicks of it. Never walk out potentially.
Yeah. No, it's not an ideal job. Which is why I wanted to ask and make it clear. It's not an order, it's not even a request, just an offer.
She waves her hand. I get ya. Might be down for the trip. She kind of steps by. Excuse me, real quick though. She kind of moves over past you and she just starts grabbing cookies. Can I? Yes. She takes bread, pastries, etc. And
So
she
sorry
pulls
for
down
her.
her mask and just starts shoving it in her face.
I'll be real, I was so prepared for her to have a mouth like Melina or whatever from
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. I was so ready
you're
for
so
it.
Just
ready.
No
Yeah.
lower jaw, no lower
Yeah,
jaw at
no
all.
lower jaw.
Just got two very long teeth on the side that
Yeah.
can like pinch together.
Like
She
a fucking rat?
Can you
Like a
imagine
fucking
if she,
Raticate?
if she lowered it and had the mouth of a walrus?
Yeah, no, that's
Oh,
exactly what I'm saying.
And it just doesn't appear at all through the mask.
There you go, fan artists. You have,
there you
you have something to draw now.
Barrett, arms crossed, just like barely looks over his shoulder. Really want to eat something from the feywilds?
I don't care. What? I've got some. I'm probably immune-ish, you know. I'll survive.
Yeah, the worst,
Shrugs. Your
worst
life.
thing it can do is kill me.
Yeah.
Just kind of shrugs. It's your life.
So at a certain point, you all kind of shuffle back inside as everyone kind of regroups together at a certain point, and then so is it time for bed?
Yeah.
What time are we getting out of here in the morning? How late can I work on this? She kind of just says, like, arching over a fucking weird contraption, Eleanor does.
What are you making?
Well, I'm trying to keep working on this whole project for Laz.
Well, you'll probably be able to go to bed sooner if you get some help. So, you lead the way, and I'll help you with this.
All right, you both give a hand and kind of
Laz
start
is
working
looking
on it.
intently at what they are doing without
Yeah.
knowing anything.
You can watch Laz. It's fine. You can just take a seat. Right. I'm gonna sleep with the chickens. Baird grabs a chicken and just holds it.
Yeah.
Uses it as a pillow. It protests. It does
Yeah.
protest to this.
Yeah, the chicken's good. Yeah, give the chickens a cock. Good for you.
Happy to know.
How can something be a chicken and a cock?
Beep, beep.
I hate this new small Carthian who whispers in my ear as I sleep. Pee pee.
Beep, beep.
Oh.
It's the magic of the Feywild. It's messing with our heads.
Sorry, that's the 5th season.
All right. Yeah. Should I roll a tools check to help?
Yeah, sure thing. And also, I'm gonna use the restroom real fast.
Yeah.
We'll call a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll be back soon to that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll roll when you get back.
Alrighty. I mean, you can go ahead right now. I'll set the DC as 15. Like, it shouldn't be too hard to work with this. Hey, yeah, none of you use
Yeah.
modifiers.
Oh yeah.
All right. Just put us there for now.
All
All right,
right.
I'll be back.
All right. This allows us to kind of plot out a bit. So we're at the Beast of Garuda, I believe, technically.
Yeah.
So we'll scoot on down to Bohemil. Then I think we can scoot on down to Strabog. And then we'll scoot
Yeah.
down to the Fort Low. And then we'll
Which
dive
has
into
a
the-
gun.
Which has a gun. And I
It does
want
have a
that gun.
That is
Um,
a fact.
And now,
Oh, man.
now that I have Windwall, dude, I think we can make the assault easy.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think so. Hang on. Let me
Does it move with us? That's the thing.
doesn't move with us.
Yeah. Because if it moves with us, we can
But here,
like literally nullify it practically.
yeah. But I can place it, where was it? 120 feet away, which is a pretty good distance.
If you put it right in front of the Hydra, then
Exactly. And it's 50 feet long and 15 feet high. So as long as I get close enough, I can make it so that it just covers the entirety of the wall of the fort, because they're not going to be able to move that thing quickly enough. And they can't shoot down on us. So we could just make a full-on assault if we really wanted to. Because, let's see, does it do disadvantage? Arrows, bolts, and other ordinary projectiles launched at targets behind the wall are deflected upward, automatically miss. So it can't even get disadvantage on us. It just doesn't work, which will be monstrously huge.
Okay, and how do you explain that with your no magic rule?
I have...
Cast a fucking spell.
The best I could come up with is that
big fan?
Not exactly. I think Barrett has some kind of like big ass, what would look like an oxygen tank, and then he just throws it out there, and then it just constantly releases. I think what I would do is I would shorten its length. Like, it wouldn't be 50 feet long, because I cannot justify that length of it.
Yeah. You can just a suggestion, but you can flavor it as smoke, just a large ass smoke bomb.
Yeah,
that makes it hard to hit people from the other side.
Yeah, that could work. It needs to like impact things that are like flying as well. Not that I don't think we're gonna run into too many flying things, thank God.
It's a sprinkler. It's a sprinkler that shoots lead, molten lead upwards. Projectiles get hit with the lead. Too heavy to fly.
Yeah. I mean, the other option.
I'm just saying stupid shit now.
No, you're good. Yeah. The other possibility is it could be some weird strip that he throws out, and for this instance very specifically, it's like a super powerful magnet. So the moment the bullets get shot, they just like slam down and latch onto it, which is like wicked scary and dangerous. How strong that magnet would need to be.
But that's so cool, though.
That magnet,
like that.
If a magnet had that level of strength that it could stop a bullet that was just fired from a gun, like, the gun would be ripped out of your hands instantaneously.
But you see, it's a very picky magnet. You have to understand.
Yeah. You see, it's magic.
Legally distinct magic. Yes, my strongest spell. Daylight. It's not bad, it's just...
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up that daylight doesn't actually work as daylight. Like, if you shoot it at a vampire, he won't catch on fire. Which is stupid.
It at least does, like, bonus damage, right?
No.
What the fuck? Huh. Object held. Oh, it doesn't even do damage.
Yeah. Depends on Christian, so honestly.
I feel like that could be a pretty easily homebrewed rule of, like, if it's very specifically daylight, then the sphere is bright light. Well, it doesn't say that it's like the equivalent of the sun, but I mean, I feel like if it says bright light.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Vampires aren't allergic to flashlights.
Yeah. Rules as written is stupid.
Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is that, especially with 5e, you should kind of finagle it a little bit. How much longer do you think you'll be going for? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably a smidge more. Probably like maybe an hour. I'm not 100% certain. Kind of varies when we play.
Yeah. Thank you for asking that question, chat member.
Yeah.
Thanks, chat.
That's kind of rude, honestly, chat. Like,
No, That's
you
not
know.
rude. They're just checking.
Yeah.
They got they got places to be at time of day.
I mean, it would be one thing. It would be one thing if it was like, you know, like I don't know, like Oz watching.
Oh, sure.
If like but like you know, chat. You're here, and we're here, and we're all having a good time, and I'm just saying,
You're out
if you
there,
ask
and
a
we're in
question
here.
like if you ask a question like that, it
You're in
kind of
here.
makes me think like I don't know,
Fucking
you're
caveman.
looking for looking for an out, which is weird because like you could just exit out anytime you want.
We appreciate your support. Thank you.
We appreciate your support.
This is the spell
I say like an
usually use.
asshole.
Yeah, I don't know what this hostility's for.
I'm very I'm
Austin just wants to fight the chat.
You feeling punchy today?
I'm hostiling today.
You hustling. How many
everything
hit die do you
hostile.
recoup after a long rest? I guess we'll do the math. on
I
that.
thought you just
believe half.
do-
I believe it is
Yeah, I'll-
halves.
I'll still
okay.
be down one heal, but that's fine.
I think we'll be okay. I don't think we're gonna get into that level of combat again. Not immediately.
Yeah. I hope not. I don't have an arm.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
God, I feel so
That's
bad
all I can do.
for like I'm sure somebody at this point is gonna be like I like scrolling up through the chat looking
I
for
will
where
try.
anybody said that. And they're
Yeah.
gonna be like what I'm so confused. What's going on?
Hello, I'm back.
Hey.
Hey.
Get the fuck away from here.
I saw the question was just asked in a chat there. Yeah, how much
Elemental
longer
weapon.
do you guys want to go on for, by the way?
I'm down for another hour or so.
I got nowhere to be.
I think the biggest question
Yeah,
is for
same.
Austin.
I'm just
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
for taking
Um,
Austin into consideration.
I could do like 15 more.
15 more
Hours?
minutes?
Hours?
Yeah.
Sure thing. I think that's enough time to
Fuck.
like give us a
Yeah,
few
a little
more
setup
scenes
for the
and
next thing.
stuff,
Yeah.
and then we'll stop right before we set off for Bohemill.
Cool.
All right, cool thing. So okay, let me just
Wait,
get some
15
stuff set
minutes?
up. We'll be back into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll little setup real fast.
That way we got like a more appropriate
can-
ending point. Yeah.
Yeah, we get like a good a
Hey,
good
Christian, you can save it for the next session. What I sent you.
Let me see. I've got some stuff I'll do real quick. So let's see. Let me just think
Yeah.
about that really fast. Just go in here and
Save it for next session.
let me think of what I wanted to do next. Then
You're
So, I
wasting
will just-
time.
I will just do that scene actually right now, Angra. I think I have enough time. So okay. Kind of build it out from there. Okay. So as I sort of get this set up, night begins to settle in as all of you start. The moment everyone tries to start going to sleep and the adrenaline has sort of faded off, it gets way easier to fall asleep because after a little bit of medicine is put in, everyone's exhausted, and despite occasionally waking up, some people wake up kind of rolling in the night. Dreams are a bit strange here. There's a lot of like very prevalent, vivid type of dreaming that goes on while you're in this place. And
Chicken screaming or two.
yeah, chicken screaming, etc.
I hope the house
And,
doesn't do the cockadoodle do.
6 a.m. on the dot.
You've got enough
Deafening.
chickens in there, maybe that'll.
It fucking like moves its body up and down like as a rooster would, and like furniture just goes flying, and we're all just tumbling around throughout the house, and she's just like,
Laz
no.
flies up the window.
time for my morning ritual of putting everything back.
Fresh in the morning, however, one of you awakes, and we will follow them really fast as hey, Laz.
Me.
You are standing, holding a weapon in your hand, sort of just standing around in front of the house. You stepped outside in order to allow people to have some silence, and you've just been kind of there's a device sort of strapped to your left arm that acts as a sort of semi prosthetic, whipped together out of wine bottles, spare metal, and whatever they could put together. And as you hold it, you sort of hold out your halberd, link it to your other arm, and then you try to go for a swing, and
Just goes flying.
it just goes flying. It flies, lands on the floor as you stare at it, and then you just kind of look at it for a second and take a breath. And then you go pick it up, go back, and you're gonna try it again. As sort of a not that one, yeah. Not that one. Oh god, no. Oh.
Hilo
Okay.
flipping through his iPod. Sorry, Hilo.
Sorry. Hello. Sort of coming out, someone sort of hops out as they land, and sort of take a look. Hey, you. How you holding up?
It's
I noticed you've been sneaking out a couple times during the night. You really shouldn't do that.
yeah, you know how I work. I don't really need that much sleep. It's it'll be a
about the-
learning process for sure.
She kind of nods. It's less about the sleep, more about kind of moves over and pats your left arm, like way above the wound itself, but still.
I mean, this mission's probably going to end before it fully heals anyway, so it's fine to strain myself a little bit for now.
She sort of nods. Yeah. Sorry about saying you should go back. I just think it was,
Yeah.
you should. I guess. She just
I
kind of moves
understand.
over and sits down. No, it's not that. I was sort of a little spiteful there, and that's not fair to you. I might not have come through. I sort of in the brain though. I was really sort of frustrated after I saw you lose that. If that makes sense, it's not fair to you, and I'm sorry. I sort of
Yeah.
I guess it's just like you were really concerned throughout this whole period and all that stuff, and so for you to lose an arm after all that, and it just kind of it hits weird. I guess I don't really know how to process that.
I see.
And
Well-
Hoggy too, and all that stuff. I'm sorry.
I see. Well, what can I say, Lady Eleanor? From my point of view, that fight was very much so a success. None of us were killed. We managed to escape with minor injuries for the most part, albeit some gruesome ones, but not life-threatening. And most important of all, you made it to safety.
She sort of thinks about that. Is my
You-
being here putting you on edge?
Absolutely.
Is that going to affect the mission?
Not at all. I told you. He sits down, like, puts the halberd down. I told you the first time we spoke like this that I was a bit angry that you were here. Because the day you saved me, I swore a life oath to you. Even if you didn't want to, you got yourself a knight. And although it is not fair to you and it's merely me being selfish, your life, and for that matter, the lives of every single person in the ward, are worth more to me than my own. But you, the most of all. While I owe a debt to the ward for taking me in, I owe you my life.
She kind of like, that's a lot of responsibility to have someone's life on your lap.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for losing. Must have been quite an unsightly thing to witness.
Well, she kind of just nudges you. Don't do it again.
I'll try my best.
That was a
Hey.
joke, by the way. I'm not blaming you for losing your arm, okay?
I see. You kind of like.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
In a way, it was my fault. Just staying behind that long to ensure everyone's safety, even though Dorota isn't one of the ward. I tried to get her out safely too. That was unnecessary, I suppose.
She saved
But
all of us back there, so I mean, kind of a means to an end thing, I suppose. So it's whatever. Well,
and well, now I got a grudge.
well, she kind of looks a little worried about that for a second, knowing your oath, but then it's like, was that a joke?
No,
What? Oh, well,
I
just
will
don't.
get my arm back, one way or the other.
Okay.
That one was a joke. He probably
Okay.
is not keeping my arm.
Yeah.
But I will kill that thing, and I will make it regret. I will make it feel my pain tenfold.
Well, I'm glad to know we're both just spiteful little pricks sometimes.
I find you quite forgiving, actually. I mean, you deal with me all the time.
I'm getting better at it. Yeah. She kind of just leans over
I mean, you
on her.
did
on her.
throw that potion
bit.
at me once I burnt your book with the acid. Yeah. That was a while ago.
Again, I'm getting better. Laz, you feel a snap of something as someone is approaching. As you sort of look out, and then you kind of go at ease a bit as yeah, actually, Cortina, you and Mushroom were going out for a little walk and getting some mushrooms and getting some more fun little things. You found a new disease out there that you think's just a normal one, you know, nothing like Sickland, just one that was like a quirky little fey disease.
It just got a quirky little disease.
Yeah.
A silly little one.
Check out my quirked up disease.
Yeah.
Hello, would you guys
It's
like
goaded
some
with
COVID?
the sauce.
Yeah. What did you say, Cortina?
Oh, hello, would you guys like some COVID?
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
Okay, you can. Hi. I didn't know you woke up too.
Yes.
And right, yeah. Well, cool.
Would you like to take a
You
seat
seem-
with us?
You seem uneasy.
I was just sort of caught off guard.
Is
Guess
the
I really.
existential dread beginning to set?
You know what? Yeah, I think so.
What's existential dread?
What a wonderful question. What a great innocent question to ask.
If he doesn't know, we should probably not tell him.
Yeah, probably not. It's okay.
Is this one of those when you're older I'll tell you things?
Yeah, basically.
Assuming you get older.
Very well.
She kind of looks. What? No, that's one of those. Shut. As you all kind of sit around a little bit, eventually, yeah.
Nah. Just Laz grabs his medallion of the Black Eagle and just looks at it for a bit before putting it away. He looks like he's about to say something and just stops.
Okay, then in that case, let me just as you're all kind of sitting there, let me just pop people down as almost kind of moving. There's a bit of a rustling, and eventually, the rest of the company just kind of starts wandering out. Everyone's
That's
kind
a
of
lot of
packing their
people.
bags. Yeah, a lot of people. Everyone kind of eventually cycles out over time. Camps are packed. Things are prepared. As you're all getting ready to head out, you return to Lepescu. Hilo starts helping move stuff around again, and that is when, as everyone starts moving out, Dorota kind of approaches, steps out. as she sort of moves and kind of checks around in every direction. And then she kind of checks and looks. I wish you all good luck. She sort of moves a little past, and then Eleanor kind of steps aside a bit as she approaches you, Cortina. I may not know you very well. Perhaps this is sentiment bleeding through. However, she sort of reaches over and she unclicks her necklace, and sort of hands it over. If you would take this, it is a gift.
It would be rude of me not to accept.
You take it. You sort of put it there, and you feel a sort of rush kind of appear, or like kind of run through your body as you put it on. It feels weird. It is very much, it's magical to some degree. That is my talisman. I will come to retrieve it one day, but for now, please think it. Take it while I think about what I'm going to do next. It should keep you safe.
And on behalf of the colony of spores that makes up my sentience, I suppose I can't really thank her, but you seem to have been close. So she actually takes off her mask and looks her in the eyes and says, "Thank you."
That sort of seems to resonate very well, as she sort of just grips the staff for a moment and kind of just nods her head. Yes. Good luck. Please make something of yourself. It would be a shame if all of this were for nothing.
I will continue regardless.
That's good. That's very good. And please forgive me for my rudeness. She sort of reaches, I have another gift for you, I suppose. She reaches over and she casts Bestow Curse on you. Can you do a wisdom saving throw for me?
Okay. You're just going to kill me?
I think she's gonna try and kill Dad.
Bro, I legit thought that you just had weird trypophobia eyes this whole time. I didn't know that was a mask.
Oh, I think you pass. As you pass as you feel this curse start to take hold, but you kind of blink and it just like, oh, and then immediately sort of emerging from the side, a man inside of your consciousness is just like, witch, get away from her, she's a monster, awful.
He just calmed down.
I was hoping I'd shut him up for good. Anyway, she sort of
Parthian
turns
did
around.
a good job of shutting him down with facts and logic.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been smoking my Gandalf pipe and refuting Christianity on my YouTube channel.
We'll keep that up then. She sort of turns over and just sort of like walks off. Oh, wait. She sort of moves over, seeming to be a little frustrated that she did just fucking murk him again. But then she kind of moves over. Here, I had this in my acquired, pile. I've had no use for it, but it seems like it's something you might find use of. She reaches over and hands you a wrapped object. Barrett, do you take it?
Is it magic?
Quite the opposite.
It's a gun.
He'll
Barrett,
hesitantly take it.
you take it, and by God, Barrett, you feel the weight of a goddamn hot iron right there in that gun.
Oh, big iron on my hip.
Big iron on his hip.
Hold on. Let me see this.
You start unwrapping this.
Quickly unwraps it. Yeah, is this a Gunbeard firearm?
Yes.
It's a boxing
You think you
glove.
check, you see it, this old ass thing, but you swear it is exactly one of those. Barrett, you think you just found, this was like a pretty big wrapped gun. It almost looked like a broom before you undone it, but then after you look at it, this is you're almost surprised at first, because when you look at it, it just looks like a normal gun, but it's different. It's a rifle of some kind, but
This is
it's not as impressive as you thought it would be. But then as you kind of check it and you kind of look at the chamber and you look at everything, you're like, wait a goddamn second, this isn't just a normal fucking rifle. You start checking around and looking at this thing, and goddamn, this is the rifle, Barrett. This is the rifle that most modern firearms are based off of to some degree. This is the prototype weapon that was the birth of man's ability to kill with modern technology. This is a relic, man.
This is the rifle of Wushu Shoot Hard.
Where did you find mankind's greatest equalizer?
It was sitting in a closet somewhere.
That's beautiful. Sword in a stone? Nah. Gun in a closet.
Lady Eleanor, is he crying?
I can't tell.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, I think he is.
Look at you, you piece of shit. Oh my god.
He's like just rubbing his face on it.
Ugh.
Do you need a moment alone?
No, you can watch.
Barrett,
Doing a
the
full-
service
yeah.
rifle is a simple weapon, but it has an ability I think you'll like a lot. It has the reliable trait, which means if you miss a shot with your weapon, you will always do your dexterity as damage. Your dexterity bonus as damage, I
Holy
should
shit.
say.
That's still
That's-
fucking amazing.
That's insane.
Even if I miss, that's 4 damage every time.
Yes.
I will take that. Yeah, no. What is the damage still
You stole
2d8?
it from Lancer.
Yes.
Oh my god. Barrett looks at his shotgun.
Hey, Tawny,
Yeah?
catch.
What? She catches a shotgun! I don't think this was the pistol. This is much worse than a pistol.
Promoted, because I got something good.
I'm gonna need to learn about this too. Is this easy?
No,
Oh, she just looked.
it's got a hell of a kick. I'll show
I'm
you.
glad
kid.
this pleases you so. She sort of
Oh.
stops. Good luck.
Yeah, you too. Hey,
Mm,
listen, this means a lot, actually. If there's anything that we can do to help you in the future again, let us know, yeah?
she kind of makes a slight smile. Of course. I'll take that as a promise.
You fool.
She sort of steps up and then kind
Thank
of
you for your
moves on up.
hospitality.
And then she sort of nods, moves up, cracks open the door, and moves on through. And then
Checks for
closes it.
curses.
No curse. A promise isn't a curse, my friend.
I had black powder on the brain to the point where I forgot where the fuck we were.
You ponder on that. A
Just try to
mysterious witch.
Just figure out how to say her name backwards.
Yeah. A mysterious witch, one who is now testily a friend, and even more questions, all pointing Lowborough. Yet you know more lies beyond Lowborough. It is not the answer to all that plagues the South, but perhaps it is the beginning of the unraveling of this tale. The truth. The trail that brings you to your conclusion. As you all prepare to go, you march south. You will hit up every single spot upon the way, make sure you cover every angle, but the end goal is Lowborough as you move ever closer to that destined city. And with that, I'm going to call us to an end.
Woo! Look out, guys. I'm gonna do damage.
Holy shit.
Christian stole from Lancer.
I would always steal.
I
Always.
would always steal.
There's never
So strong.
That's
That is
great.
so fucking strong.
never a greater weapon for Barrett.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Something
shit.
that hits even when he misses.
And boy, does he miss.
God. He's trying. Just you wait. I'm waiting. There's gonna be one combat where Barrett's a fucking monstrosity.
Yeah.
There's gonna be one.
I mean, now you could just kind of like always go for the aim shot, you know?
Yeah.
Really, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Thankfully, the sharpshooter plus 10 does not count as dex, because if that was the case, then there's
Oh, no.
literally no
It's-
reason not to
it's-
do it.
It's always tied directly to your dex score, no other kind of modifiers and stuff like that.
Hey, four damage no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with
That's
that.
like that's
Yeah.
a hit with a dagger. That's like a rogue's
Yeah.
damage
Yeah.
on a bad
Yeah.
day.
That's a baird.
Yeah.
That's a bear. That's a bear for sure. Thanks for watching, chat.
Thanks for watching, chat. That was great.
Thanks for watching,
Yeah.
chat. We'll catch you on the flip side. Say goodbye to
Whoa.
chat, everybody.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Toodles.